Hello and welcome to my base tour. Today we're going to be having a look at the U.S.S. Defiant, which is on this gorgeous planet that I have not showcased in any way, shape or form because it's all the way up there. Yes, this is in the Eissentam Galaxy. The planet is called Manamist X. It's part of the Eissentam Galactic Hub. So if we just hop up onto the landing pad. So if any of you are Star Trek fans, you'll recognise this little ship. So originally I tried to make the ship completely intact, full inside and out. I started with a blueprint of the ship from the shore, and I tried to accurately map out the schematics, the internal. So I originally started with a framework of all the different corridors and the rooms that were inside the ship, but unfortunately due to the build limit I couldn't quite manage to fit all of that in. So instead what I've done is I have tried my best to do the outside. So what I've done is I've decided to not do the full interior of the ship because it just wasn't possible with the build limit, and instead I've tried to make the best of the outside. So I used a lot of stills from the shore and the schematics to try and make it as accurate as I could. I used mostly the new metal pieces for the exterior. The front bit I'm not too happy with, but sometimes you've just got to make do. Lights are basically just a couple of light panels. I used some walls along the front to make the lines across the middle of the lights, and the photon torpedo launcher things, phase cannon, are just the lab lights clagged onto the side of the wing. For the top, there was a little bit of detail that I kind of did my best with. So for example, the writing isn't great. Please, Sean, we need letters desperately because this ain't cutting it. But yeah, and then for the plasma injectors, I just used the bubble columns that we got from I think it was the Quicksilver store a couple of months back, just to make the protruding circles on the top. And then for the venting at the back here, I've used the wall shelves on their back, so it still gives the effect that there is actually a vent there, without having to faff on with multiple different panels on their side. The warp core bits at the back here, again, just some light panels popped onto the sides, and I used the new gables, as you can see here, these bits here, just to add a little bit of extra detail onto the flatter areas where needed. So I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think it looks pretty decent. So this is how she looks like in the dark. I feel the dark is probably the best way to view her. The lights really stand out in the middle of the night, and also it gives you a chance to notice it's a little guide light on the top in the middle of the donut at the top there, and there's also some guide lights on the side of the wings as well. It really stands out more in the night time, I feel, especially the back with the two different kinds of lights, the thruster lights and the warp core lights at the side there. I think they look really nice. They do. Okay, so to go in, I'm going to just quickly switch into first person view because it's a bit easier to show what's inside when you aren't faffing around with the camera. So if you take the first teleporter, you will come out into a corridor like this. And then if you go around the corner and through this door, you will come to the bridge. A rainstorm's just started, so I do apologise for the rain noises. So yes, let's go around to the here so we can take it all in. So we have, like on the show, we've got the panels all around the side with the seating areas. We've got the navigation controls at the front here, captain's chair in the middle, and then we've got the little seating area at the back that we did see. I think it was Jadzia and Nerys having a little cup of coffee, planning a few bits out at the back here. And then it's the same on the other side. And then for the view screen, I just used a flat wall panel and turned it black and put a few little lights around it just to highlight it. Lighting in this is a little bit difficult. The powered new pieces do the job quite nicely, but I would prefer some kind of built-in solution that provided. I don't feel that the lighting options that we have in the game produce enough ambient light, but that's just my opinion. So next, if you go down either side of the bridge, you'll find two corridors opposite each other, and if you come down these, you'll find yourselves into the plasma injector room. So as you can see, these are the bubble vat things that we got from the Quicksilver shop a few months back. So you can access this. We've got like little data pad things here, so you can keep an eye on the levels and all that. There's a little workstation here. Someone's obviously having a cup of coffee. Some crates. Obviously you're going to need somewhere to store your tools, things like that. And it's the same on the other side. And then next to this one is our next teleporter, which will take us to engineering. So if we turn around, we are now in engineering. So, in the show, from what I can remember, it's a 2-floor engineering. The top's got like a little walkway around it, and the bottom is where all the main stuff happens. So I do remember there being a little workstation down here where they did some work, and of course for the warp core, I couldn't really think of anything other more suitable than a teleporter. So I used the new glitching method that Beetlebum discovered the other day to supersize a non-scalable object, and this is what I ended up with, and I'm quite happy with it. I've put a few little things around it so you can obviously keep an eye on your injectors and all that, and then over on the other side, of course, there's a little ladder down so you can get down and have a little mooch around. But essentially all around the sides is just more workstations, panels, and the like. So through here, obviously if you go down this corridor and then go to the left, you'll end up on the other side of engineering. These two doors here and here both go to the same room. So on the schematics, this is the actual engine, the thrusters. On these schematics, it's 2 large circles and then a sort of cone shape heading out towards the back. I didn't have enough pieces to fully do it justice, but I did manage to get the two large balls in a row. So I put a couple of bridges in with some panels, so you can imagine people would be coming to check on the state of things. I think, if I remember correctly, these are actually supposed to be fuel tanks. So yeah, and then of course I added this bad boy in at the back, partially because of the noise. I feel like it makes it sound like the engine's actually alive, but also just for a little extra something to have in the room that's mechanical and working as well, so partly for the aesthetics. So that concludes my little tour of the U.S.S. Defiant. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do wish to come visit this for yourself, just a quick reminder, this is in the Eissentam Galaxy. The glyphs are in the bottom left corner there, if you fancy having a pop along. In the meantime, I've been Leonaris. Thank you for watching. Bye!